Hello everyone, this is Steve with the Free Bullion Investment Guide. Today is January 4th, and I'm doing a review and outlook price analysis video for the US dollar. Is the US dollar daily chart. It's been about 3 weeks since I posted a video for the US dollar. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and a happy and safe New Year. In that video that I last posted, I showed you this falling wedge pattern, which is a positive pattern, and the price of the dollar did break above it back around the 17th or the 18th of 2019, just a couple weeks ago. Then it continued to rise, and then it hasn't really had any positive come out of it since around Christmas time, and it's been dropping, and we're kind of seeing what I think might be a dead cat bounce. I will get into that into the outlook here in a second. Also, just to review real quick, the dollar has been trading inside this descending channel for at least over a month now. And it doesn't seem to be going to be climbing out of it anytime soon, which current events are also not helping that at all either, with the latest escalation between the U.S. and Iran. So as far as on the fundamental level, not a whole lot seems to be working for the dollar. We do have a positive pattern for the outlook. I'll go ahead and get to that. But I am also showing a negative pattern for the dollar. The positive pattern I am showing is a falling wedge pattern, as you can see. And if the dollar breaks it to the upside, even if it breaks it, I doubt very much it will break the descending channel or 97.35, and because it just doesn't have a lot going for it. One, with the escalation with Iran, that's not good. We also have only a phase one trade deal. So even though it is a phase one trade deal and it's something good for the economy as a whole, for the dollar, I think traders are looking for more. A full trade deal, which we likely won't see until after the election. I think China wants to see who's going to win, and what happens to Trump, which we also, not only do we have an election year coming up, we have an impeachment trial, and we don't really know what fireworks are going to come out of that yet. So all of these things are going to be weighing on the dollar, as well as last week we had the FOMC minutes come out, and the Fed just sounded very accommodative in the Fed minutes. They're still worried about inflation. They want more inflation, and they're not getting it. And it's been baffling them since the 2008 crisis, or shortly thereafter, if you ask me. They figured all the QE and so on should be helping inflation. Well, if you're not getting it out into the real market, you're not going to be creating inflation, which I don't want inflation. So, and I don't know necessarily who does, except economists at the Fed and some people in the government. But anyways, they also see a weak economy, a weak global economy. Our economy seems to be booming pretty good right now with the phase one trade deal that helped things, and just we have good economics coming out. Now in the week ahead, we have some important things coming up. We have market services PMI, which will likely have some weight on the dollar, as well as factory orders. And on top of that, we have the non-farm payroll coming out next Friday, and that will likely, or this coming Friday, excuse me, and that will likely weigh on the dollar as well. So those are things that you want to pay attention to as far as how the dollar will move. Like I said, this is a positive pattern. Now, I did also tell you that I saw a negative pattern, and I found it while I was looking at this pattern. I was like, there's something else in this chart that I'm not seeing, and then I saw it. I see a head and shoulders pattern. I see this is this is a left shoulder, then the head, and then we may, out of this dead cat bounce, we may get a right shoulder. Where how far it goes up, if it goes all the way up to break the pattern, that's fine, as long as it doesn't break this the head, break up above the head of the head and shoulders. It will be a head and shoulders. So I'm going to just trace it up to where the other the high was on the dollar there, and there we go. We have a head and shoulders pattern. So clearly, if it breaks the head and shoulders pattern, it'll break the neckline or break the bottom line of this falling wedge pattern, and denying the falling wedge but confirming the head and shoulders. We'll have to see which pattern gets confirmed and which pattern gets denied, because they both show up, and I'm just showing you what is in the pattern, what is in the price chart. I don't have anything more than what is, I can't tell you anything more than what I see. Yeah, I have no I can't find the word, and I'll just stop right there before I screw up this video. So anyways, for it to break the bottom trend line, it will also break the neckline of the head and shoulders, and likely fall all the way down to 95.75. But as you can clearly see, it will also continue to trade inside the descending channel. So that is it for this week's review and outlook for the US dollar. Thank you for your time. Take care, and God bless.